Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to BYJU'S exam prep. My name is Naveen, and today we will be looking at scheduling and matrix arrangement. Okay. So we'll be looking at, this topic is from LR set, LR section, which is based on a matrix or a grid formation, depending upon what the scheduling set is about. Generally, the primary column or the primary row, as in the row or the column that you want to fix first, is the timing given. Okay, not always, but yes, more than 9 out of 10 times it's always going to be it's always true that you fill the time first and then you fill the remaining attributes or parameters later on. So let's look at two sets of such type. So this is the first set, and since it covers the entire thing, I'm going to hide myself. Okay. Yeah. So, three doctors, Dr. Ben, Dr. Ken, and Dr. Wayne, visit a particular clinic Monday to Saturday to see patients. So, these are three doctors, B, K, and W. Dr. B sees each patient for 10 minutes and charges rupees 100. Dr. K sees each patient for 15 minutes and charges rupees 200. While Dr. W sees each patient for 25 minutes and charges rupees 300. The clinic has 3 rooms numbered 1, 2, and 3, which are assigned to the doctors as per the following table. So room number 1, we have Ben. Room number 2, we have Ken. And room number 3, we have Wayne. This is true for Mondays and Tuesdays. Then the next 2 days, Wednesdays and Thursdays, we have the sequence for room number 1, 2, 3 as Wayne, Ben, and Ken. And on Fridays and Saturdays, it's K, W, and B. The clinic is open from 9 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. So that's a duration of 2.5 hours every Monday to Saturday. So it looks like Sunday is off. Sunday they don't look at any patient. Now, on arrival, each patient is handed a number token indicating their position in the queue, starting with token number 1 every day. So the first patient that visits the clinic is handed over token number 1. As soon as any doctor becomes free, the next patient in the queue enters the empty room for consultation. This is obvious. So whenever a patient enters, he is given a token number, but he is not assigned a room. So that particular patient will enter a particular room the moment that particular room doctor is free, right? So the patients, they don't have any preference over the doctors. If at any time more than one room is free, then the waiting patient enters the room with the smallest number. For example, if the next 2 patients in the queue have token number 7 and 8, and if room numbers 1 and 3 are free, then patient number 7 will enter room number 1 because one room number is the smaller value. And then patient number 8 will enter room number 3, which is a larger value. So having understood what this is all about, we can move over to the question. What is the maximum number of patients that the clinic can cater to on any single day? Right? So, let's look at the maximum number of patients that a clinic can cater. Okay, so we are talking about the first scenario. First scenario as in we are looking at Mondays and Tuesday. So if you look at Monday and Tuesday, room number 1, where we will have Ben. Or let's not talk about room number. Let's simply say Ben is there. And if Ben takes 10 minutes to see every patient, right? And the total duration for which Ben is going to be present is 2.5 hours from 9 to 11:30. 2.5 hours is a total of 150 minutes. So that means Ben will be able to see, so Dr. Ben. So Dr. Ben will be able to see a total of 15 patients that day. Assuming that we have enough number of patients, right? And it doesn't depend whether it is Monday or Tuesday. This is true for all the days, right? It's not that just on Monday and Tuesday, Ben takes 10 minutes. Dr. Ben takes 10 minutes on any given day. Similarly, if we talk about Dr. Kane, he takes 15 minutes for every patient, right? And he is also present on that particular day for 150 minutes. So that means he sees only 10 patients for that particular day. And if you talk about Dr. Wayne, So what I'm going to do is I'm going to unhide myself because ab ye chalega. Dr. Baines takes 25 minutes for every patient, right? And he is also present for 150 minutes every day. So that means he sees only 6 patients, right? 150 upon 25, that's 6. So total number of patients that they can see is 15 plus 10 plus 6, which is going to give us 31 patients. So on any given day, on any single day, all the 3 doctors can at most see 31 patients. So if there is an inflow of 31 patients or up to 31 patients, every patient will be catered. If we have more than 31 patients, we won't be, none of them will be able to cater the 32nd patient. Okay. So answer is going to be C. Second question is, the queue is never empty on one particular Saturday. So Saturday we are talking about KWB. Which of the 3 doctors would earn the maximum amount in consultation charges on that day? We have just seen that Dr. Bain, he sees a total of 15 patients on any day, whether it is Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday or Saturday. Since they're talking about Saturday, the number of patients that Dr. Bain is going to see is not going to be, it's not going to change, right? Similarly for Kane, he was looking at 10 patients on every day. And if you're talking about Wayne, he is looking after 6 patients every day. On Saturday also this is true. Now Dr. Ben, he charges 100 rupees, so he will earn 1500 rupees on that day. Dr. Kane charges 200 rupees, so he will be earning 2000 rupees on that day. And Wayne charges 300 rupees, so he will be earning 1800 rupees on that day. Okay, any day if we have enough number of patients. So question is, which of the doctors would earn the maximum amount in consultation? So it's of course Dr. Kane. Is it K-N-E? Okay, Ben and Kane में मैंने उल्टा लिख दिया. So Dr. Kane, as in B option, he is going to get the maximum amount, as in he will earn the maximum, right? So the first 2 questions so far, they have been very easy. We just had to find out that in 150 minutes, how many patients will they be seeing overall, every person, and using that we can solve the first 2. Let's look at the third question. Mr. Singh visited the clinic on Monday, Wednesday and Friday of a particular week. So Mr. Singh is actually a patient because it's not the this is not the name of one of the doctors, right? Definitely must be a patient. So visited the clinic on Monday, Wednesday and Friday. That means all the three categories of a particular week, arriving at 8:50 a.m. on each of the 3 days. His token number was 13 on all the 3 days. On which day was he at the clinic for the maximum duration? So we actually need to see in each of the 3 cases, token number 13 will get a turn to visit the doctor or any of the 3 doctors at what time. And since he arrives at 8:50, so we know on which day he is going to wait for the maximum duration. Okay. So let's talk about what happens on Monday. On Monday, if you talk about token number 1 will go to Ben, right? He's going to see for 10 minutes. Then, okay, let's draw row wise so that it's easier. So token number 1, so Ben is there for 10 minutes, right? And then after Ben is there for 10 minutes, he sees first patient, which is from 9 to 9:10. Okay, I'm talking about Monday. थोड़ा सा और इधर side कर लेते हैं. I think I will need more space there. So if I'm talking about Monday, Mr. Ben is going to see the first patient from 10 to 10:10. I'm using 24 hours clock so that I don't have to write down colon every time. So 10 to 10:10 he is going to see. Dr. Kane is going to look after the second. He is going to look at 10 to 10:15 because he sees that patient for 15 minutes. And Dr. Wayne, he is going to look at room number 3, third patient, from timing 10 to 10:25. When patient number 4 comes in, patient number 4 will be going to Dr. Ben's room because he will be free at 10:10 itself. So he is going to see, as in Dr. Ben is going to see patient number 4 from 10 to 10:20. In the meantime, room number 2 is empty. So patient number 5 can enter there at 10:15 to another 15 minutes, 10:30. Patient number 6 is going to go back to room number 1. Reason being, he starts at, the second patient of Dr. Ben, he is done with at 10:20, while Wayne ka first patient is still going to be seen by him until 10:25, right? So 10:25 tak to chalte rahega. So 10:20 ke baad we will have patient number 6, which will be from 10:20 to another 10 minutes, 10:30. Now, 7th patient will go to Dr. Wayne because he is free at 10:25 until 10:50. 8th patient will visit Ben because that room number is smaller than Kane's room number, which is 2. Okay? So, if you talk about room number, it's 1, 2, and 3. This is I have got from here. Okay? So, patient number 7, no, not 7, 8 will go to room number 1 from 10:30 to 10:40, 10 minutes. Now, room number 2 is empty. So, patient number 9 will go from 10:30 to 10:45, right? Patient number 10 will go to room number 1, which is 10:40 to 10:50. Patient number 11 will go to room number 2 and he will be there for 50 minutes. So 10:45 to 11 o'clock. And then patient number 12 will go to room number 1. Patient number 12 will go to room number 1 because room number 1 and room number 3, they both are going to be vacant at 10:50. But room number 1 is a smaller number. So Mr. Singh will come after this. So मैं इसको ऊपर ही लिखता हूँ. So patient number 12 will go to room number 1, which is 10:50 to 11. And then patient number 13 will be from 10:50 to, he sees him for 25 minutes. So that is going to be 25 minutes, right? So 11:15. So can we say Mr. Singh is going to be free from the clinic by 11:15? So he arrives at 8:50 on Monday. He is going to be free by 11:15. So hold on, why did I start from 10 o'clock? Don't this come at 9? Okay, so I'm supposed to change every timing from 10 to 9. Okay, so that's the mistake. So instead of 11:15, we will have 10:15, right? Okay, so because every time will change, will decrease by 1 hour. So this is the length for which Mr. Singh was present, which is 1 hour and 25 minutes. Right? In other words, patient number 13, Mr. Singh, is going to be seen by Dr. Wayne, and he will be his third patient. Third patient means 25, 25, 25, 75 minutes. Plus, Mr. Singh was 10 minutes early at the clinic. So that is 95 minutes. 85 minutes. So 85 minutes means 60 minutes plus 25 minutes. In other words, we have to see that Mr. Singh, that is token number 13, is being seen by which room number and by which doctor for each of the 3 days. So we're done with Monday. Let's look at Wednesday. So I'll have to change. Instead of this, let's write it in a different way. If you're talking about Wednesday, let's talk about token number 1. So bracket 1 is token number 1. So they will go to room number 1 and will be seen by Dr. Wayne, and he is going to get done with him by 9:25. So I'm only writing down the time by which a particular patient is going to be free from that doctor. Token number 2 will go to room number 2, which is being seen by Dr. Ben, and he is going to get done by 9:10. Token number 3 is by Dr. Ken, and he is going to room number 3, and he is going to be done with 9:15. So token number 4 now goes to room number 2, and 9:20 pe he will get done with. Token number 5, when he enters, he will go to room number 3 and he will get done by 9:30. Token number 6 will go to room number 2 because that room is empty right now, and he will get done by 9:30. Token number 7 goes to room number 1 and he will be done by 9:50. Token number 8 will prefer room number 2 because it's smaller in number, so by 9:40 he will be done. Token number 9 will go to room number 3. He will get done by 9:45. Token number 10 will prefer room number 2 because that's the only room that is vacant. Token number 11 will prefer room number 3. So he will get done by 10. Token number 12 will prefer room number 1. Here he will take another 25 minutes. So he will get done by 10:15. And then token number 13, that is Mr. Singh, is going to enter room number 2 and he will get done by 10. So on Wednesday, Mr. Singh arrived at 8:50 and he is done by 10 o'clock, which is going to be 1 hour and 10 minutes. So far, he is definitely, the answer is not C and D, right? Because we need the maximum duration for which he was there. It's coming out to be Monday so far. Now between Monday and Friday, we need to check. So we will have to check this again for Friday. Right. So I will leave this as room numbers and these as token numbers. So on Friday, we start with Dr. Ken, right? So I think only changing the token numbers will do. Dr. Ken as in the one who takes 15 minutes. So this is room number, this is first patient will go. Second patient will go to Wayne and the third patient will go to Ben. Then fourth patient will again go to Ben. Fifth patient will go to Ken, right? So this is Ken is given preference number 1. So these are room numbers. I'll write it down. Room number 1, 2 and 3. So Ken ko preference mil raha hai. So 1, 2 and 3, then 4 and 5, and then patient number 6 will go to Ben because he is free by that time. Patient number 7 will now go to Ben again because, Ken, because his is the smaller room number, right? So 9:40 to ye early hai, right? Patient number 7 will go here. Patient number 8 will go here. Patient number 9 will prefer the smaller room number. So at 9:40 he is done. 9:45 he is going to be done. 5, 6, 7, 8. Right. Okay. Patient number 9 will go to Wayne because his is a smaller number. Patient number 10 will go to Ben. 9:50. Now at 9:50 he is free. Then patient number 11 will go to Ben because he's free by 9:45, 11, and then he will go to 12. Ten and 10, and then 13. Looks like I am making some mistake here. These are the timings at which they exit, the patients, not they enter, right? Okay. So the first patient will go to smaller room number, second patient will go to second, third will go to third room number. Now, The fourth patient will go to the room number which is going to be vacant first, which is room number 3. So fourth patient goes here. Then the fifth patient will go to the room number which is going to be vacant next, which is going to be room number 1. Sixth patient. So both the room number 3 and 1, they are going to be vacant at 9:30. Sorry, this is going to be done with 9:20. Right? So sixth patient enters when he is done with 9:20. So he enters the next one. And next patient enters at room number 2 because at 9:25 that particular room was vacant. Now patient number 5 and 6, they both will come out at 9:30 from room number 1 and 3. But the smaller room number is 1. So seventh patient will enter that and he is going to be out by 9:45. At 9:30, 8th patient will enter room number 3 because that's the only room that is vacant. So 8th by 9:40, he will get done by 9:40, right? So the 9th patient will enter the same. So that is 9:50, isn't it? ठीक है. 10th patient will enter room number 1 because at 9:45 he was free. So at 10th patient will enter and will be about to exit at 10 o'clock. 11th patient will enter the room which is going to be vacant first. 9:50 and 9:50, dono same time hai, but the lesser room number is 2. So that's where the 10th patient will enter. And then, sorry, not 10th, 11th patient. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. अच्छा, 7 मैंने repeat कर दिया. So 9:20. 9:30, they both are going to enter. This is 7th. This is supposed to be 8th. This is supposed to be 9th. This is supposed to be 10th. This is supposed to be 11th. This is going to be 12th and this is going to be 13th. So on Friday, Mr. Singh, he enters at 8:50. He reaches clinic at 8:50, but he will be out by 10, which is again 1 hour and 10 minutes, same as that of Wednesday. So this is also not going to be the answer. The answer is supposed to be option A. नहीं वीरेंद्र, it's not about कौन कम टाइम लेता है, पेशेंट उसके पास जाएगा. Patients do not have any preference. The room numbers are fixed for each day. Whichever room is empty, the patient will enter first. So the patient doesn't decide should they go to a particular doctor which charges less or let's say the one who is quick. Patient can't decide that. ठीक है? तो वो आप नहीं कर सकते. That is not up to us. ठीक है? So answer is going to be option A. I don't know if you guys can see. Option A is the answer. Question number 4. On a slow Thursday, only 2 patients are waiting at 9 a.m. Slow as in there are not enough patients, let's say. So at 9 o'clock, only 2 patients are there. After that, 2 patients kept arriving at exact 15-minute intervals starting at 9:15, 9:30, 9:45 and so on. Then the total duration in minutes when all 3 doctors are simultaneously free is. Okay, since we have to deal only for a particular day, which is Thursday. So let's see. At 9 o'clock, we have Wayne, Ben and Ken. Let's remember that Wayne takes 25 minutes, Ben takes 10 minutes and Ken takes 15 minutes. This is room number 1, 2 and 3. So the first patient enters Wayne and he is going to be free by 9:25. The second patient enters Ben. He is going to be done with the patient by 9:10. And Ken is khali. Now patient number 3 and 4, because 2 patients keep on appearing in pairs. So patient number 3 and 4, they will enter at 9:15. When they enter at 9:15, Wayne is still with his first patient, while Ben is done at 9:10, right? So if we talk about 9:15 now, 9:15 mein, Wayne is still continuing. Okay, let's not draw that. So Ben will take the patient number 3 and Ken will take the patient number 4. He will get done by 9:30 here and he will get done by 9:25 here. Okay, okay. I'm putting dots. So if I look at 9 to 9:15, the first 50 minutes, can we say nobody was simultaneously free? As in all three were not simultaneously free? क्योंकि वेन जब पहला पेशेंट देख रहा है तो पूरे 15 मिनट देखा वो, right? If I look at the second slot, in the second slot, what we see is Ken, who takes 15 minutes from 9:15 to 9:30. He is going to be completely occupied. Even though, let's say, even the other two doctors are free after some time, but Ken is not. So can we say in the next 15-minute slot, no one, I mean, all the three are not simultaneously free, right? हमें तीनों doctors को simultaneous free चाहिए. So 9:15 to 9:30 also it did not work. Let's look at 9:30 to 9:45. Again, two patients will come. When two patients enter, Wayne and Ben, they both are free by that time. So Wayne will take a patient number 5 and he will be done by this patient after 25 minutes, which is 9:55. 9:30 to 9:55. Sixth patient will enter Dr. Ben's room. He is free from 9:30 to 9:40. He is going to be busy, while Ken is going to be busy throughout. So if I talk about this particular 15-minute slot from 9:30 to 9:45, can we say Wayne is now busy? If you pay a little attention, can we say कि यही वाला जो पेयर है यही चालू रहेगा हर बार? देखो क्या होने वाला है. At 9:45 to 10 o'clock, patient number 7 will now enter Ben's because he is free by 9:40. So 9:45 में वो 7th patient को देखेगा, which is going to be up to 9:55. Ken, he will pick up 8th patient, the 4th pair of patients, and he is going to see the patient from 9:45 until 10, while Wayne is going to be empty for a certain time. So, first 15 minutes, Wayne and Ben are looking at patients. Ken is free, but Wayne is not. Next 15-minute slot, Wayne will be free after some time, Ben will be free after some time, but Ken is definitely not. ठीक है? यही वाला चलते रहेगा. If this continues now, can we say that until 10:30, right? We have 15 minutes का जब बन रहा है, तो until 11:30, sorry, from 9 o'clock to 11:30, we will have proper pairs of 15 minutes. That's half an hour. So can we say it will never happen that simultaneously all the three doctors will ever be free, right? ये कभी नहीं होने वाला है कि नहीं? So we are going to get the answer D. It's never going to happen. So answer is D. Okay. Next one. I'll have to hide myself. Read the information given carefully and answer the following questions. 7 candidates A, B, C, D, E, F and G were invited to interview for a position. Candidates were required to reach the venue before 8 a.m. Immediately upon arrival, they were sent to one of the 3 interview rooms, room number 101, 102 and 103. The following venue log shows the arrival time for these candidates. Some of the names have not been recorded in the log and have been marked as question mark. Okay. So we have 7 people here, right? So we have 1, 2, 3. We have one more person who entered at 7:10, one more person who entered at 7:15, one person enters at 7:25 and one at 7:45. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So these are the 7 people, which means 2 people entered at 7:10, one person entered at 7:15, one person at 7:25, one each at 7:30, 7:40, 7:45. So 6 time slots हैं. Her time slot पे 1 guy is there, and first time slot that is 7:10. There is one more person along with Akhil. Additionally, there are some statements from the candidates. B says I was the 3rd person to enter room 101. C says I was the last person to enter the room I was allotted to. E says I was the only person in the room I was allotted to, and so on and so forth. Again, since this is a timeline based, as in this is a schedule type, so the primary row over here is going to be the timings, and then we will put in room numbers, and then we'll write down the name of the people who entered when. Okay, so this is the table that is required. Room numbers 101, 102, 103. So whoever enters in room number 101 at whichever time, we are going to write their people name. Okay, so we are going to fill the cells with the names. Now, B says I was the third person to enter room 101. So we don't know where that third person is, right? It could be anywhere because in this table, room numbers are not mentioned. But we are pretty sure that B will go in room number 101. So we're done with this. Done with this as in third person chahiye mere ko udhar. C says I was the last person to enter the room I was allotted to. So don't know where C is. C could be anywhere, right? I can't write Chitra here because when I write Chitra here, it means I am specifying Chitra was in room 102. That is not true, isn't it? So we can't specify that. Okay. E says I was the only person in the room I was allotted to. So can we say that out of these three rooms, there is only one particular room where only one person entered and the remaining 6 people went to the other 2 rooms? So which room is that? Definitely not 101. Is it 102? Maybe. Is it 103? Maybe. So E ka bhi nahi pata. F. 3 people including A were already in the room that was allotted to when I entered it. So F says 3 people including A. So that's 4 people were already in the room where I was allotted to. So 3 people including A and Fatima. So those are 4 people who are going to be in that room at least, because after Fatima maybe a 5th guy enters. Who knows? Right? Next, G says I was one among the 2 candidates allotted to room 102. So 102 mein we now know that there are 2 candidates, out of which G is one of the guys. So if we look at G's, there are 2 people there in that room. They were allotted 2 people. It's not that G was the second guy. Second guy hota to shayad aur bhi allot hote. And looking at E statement, E cannot go to 101 because Balram is already there. E cannot go to 102 room number because G is already there. Because E says एक ऐसा room था जो केवल मुझे मिला था. So can we say 103 only one person was allotted and that person was E? 1 plus 2, 3, there are total of 7 people. So the remaining 4 people went to 101. That means ये 4 वाला इधर ही है ना? And once this is done, so can we say Fatima is also a part of this? Akhil is also a part of this. So we know about 3 people. And Fatima says that when I entered and there were 4 people, I was the 4th person. Right? So if there were 4 people, 3 people were already there. I was the 4th person. That means Fatima entered last. And then Chitra says, I also entered last. So Fatima also says that I entered last. Chitra also says I entered last. So if Fatima enters last in 101, in 103 room number, E is already there, only 1%. Can we say Chitra will be in room number 2? And there is only 1% left, right? A, B, C, D. D. Divya is left. That will also go to room number 101. So we have 4 people in room number 101, D, A, F, B. 2 people in room number 2, C and G, and 1 person in room number E. Now, there are 2 people who arrived at 7:10, 1 person at every other timing. Out of which, we know that Akhil entered at 7:10, and since Akhil entered at 7:10, so Akhil is at 7:10 wala time. Okay. Next, Chitra at 7:30. Since Chitra is at 7:30, so Chitra is from room number 102. So this is where Chitra will go. And obviously, Chitra is the last person. That means nobody else entered after her. Fatima is the last person in room number 101. So Fatima enters. Nobody entered after her. E was the last person to enter 103. So we don't know where that will go. एक ही जगह जा सकता है, right? At 7:45 we need 1 person. So this is where E will go. Because it's like Sudoku. Third row में भी जगह चाहिए और last column भी चाहिए. If I write E anywhere, then there is nobody who entered at 7:45. बट 7:45 में एक क्वेश्चन मार्क है, मतलब उधर एक बंदा था. That part is missing. So E enters at 7:45. Right? Nobody entered before. Okay. Let's look further. We are done with A. We are done with F. B says I was the third person to enter room 101. So B could be a third person kahin pe bhi. Right? G says I was among the two candidates allotted to room 102. So we are not sure about D, B and G. But ये filled है. Right? Can two people enter room 101 simultaneously? Because if two people entered room simultaneously, so G can enter at 7:15 or 7:25, and accordingly B can enter at room 7:15 or 7:25. Or Divya may have entered later on. Right? So we don't know about D, B and G, how they will be placed here. Right? It's not mentioned that they entered every room one after another. एक साथ भी एंटर कर सकते हैं ना. So ये दो लोग सेम रूम के हो सकते हैं या अलग अलग रूम के हो सकते हैं. So I'm leaving it as such. Okay, let's not fill this up. I don't think anything apart from that is given. No, it never said that they were moved to different rooms. Okay, let's look at the questions. What best can be said about the room to which Divya was allotted? Divya was allotted room number 101, right? So answer is C. Who was in room 102 when G entered? When G enters, there was nobody in room 102 because G was the first guy and C, Chitra, was the second person, right? So G जब enter किया तो कोई नहीं था उधर को. When did E reach the venue? E reached the venue last, right? 7:45. Option B. And if G entered the venue before D, now see, we left those cells because we're not sure. So G entered before D. G has to enter before D. That means G will enter here only, right? D will enter here only and B will enter here only. This is the only possibility because B has to be the third person, and if two people at 7:10 is occupied, that's what the sequence will have. So Balram enters at 7:25, Divya at 7:15. Let's see what the question is about. When did Balram enter the venue? 7:25. B option. Right? So I believe that's the last question. Yeah. So you can see that this set was much easier than the previous set. In the previous set, out of 4 questions, 2 were very easy, while 2 took some time because we had to go through the entire sequence of 2.5 hours. Here, initially to fill up the table, to a certain extent we were able to fill it up. The remaining part we had to skip because we were not sure what to do about it. There were 2 possibilities. Did not make 2 possibilities, straight away moved over to the question. So the previous one was more closer to moderate than easy, while this was definitely an easy set. So I would like everyone, whoever is watching, to please like the video, and in case you haven't subscribed, make sure that you subscribe. Anyone can unlock 3 days free trial to our app. All you have to do is register for this, and you will be able to access our app for free for next 3 days. So 72 hours availability and accessibility you will have for the app. Okay. Meet our CAT 2022 toppers. You can be one among them by joining our comprehensive program. We have just started a fresh batch where only the introduction has happened. This batch is going to start full-fledged very, very soon. So make sure that you enroll as soon as possible. This is already the month of July. Do not waste time and do not delay your preparation. For this, you can avail a scholarship of up to 90%. The scholarship test is going to happen on 11 June at 11 a.m. So make sure that you register for this. On 6th of June at 7 p.m., Mr. Cyril is going to take a session on CAT 2023 month-wise preparatory plan. Okay, and make sure that you register for this series, for this session, and you can ask any questions that you feel like, and anything that is related to preparation. Okay. Make sure that you subscribe the channel and do not miss out on a 500 most expected CAT questions. It happens every day at 7 p.m. And thank you everyone. Thank you for joining. Make sure that you subscribe, follow and like our YouTube, Instagram and Facebook page. And you can also join our Telegram channel, which is BYJU'S Exam Prep for MBA. I'll see you very soon with another session on LRDI or Quant. Until then, take care. Thank you.